Hello, Belinda Woolrich here and welcome. Thank you for attending this online workshop wherever you are and whatever time it is in the world. It is great to have you here online and we appreciate your time and effort to be on board. Our best wishes to you, your family and community and friends. A bit more about me. I'm Belinda Woolrich. I'm a downsizing expert after project managing hundreds of downsizers and helping people through this transformation over the last decade. I'm also an author of the book Rightsize Your Home, The Empty Nester's Guide to a Stress-Free Downsize. I am also the Director of Learning at rightsizeyourhome.com.au, where I have written and designed several courses to help people in their downsize and get in control of this journey. So here's the roadmap. What are the roadblock signs to watch out for? What are the downsizing roadblocks? How to reduce, move and eliminate the roadblocks? And what is in your bucket list? Lastly, top tips for you and any further questions. So ladies and gents, slide number 1. What are the signs to watch out for? This may be one of the biggest occasions you will have in your life. What concerns do you have right now about downsizing or right-sizing? And what signs have you seen? I can tell you some really typical ones that we see all the times. So it may be that you are not using a room or even a few rooms in the house. We have had even one client during a project that hadn't been upstairs for many, many years. So they're only actually using the downstairs in the house. So it's definitely a sign is that when you've got rooms there, perhaps even where the children may have been or may have grown up, that they may have, of course, their stuff still left in there, which can be a very popular problem. Or they may not have been touched and really they're not coming home or very rarely come home because they've got homes of their own and many of these rooms are completely unused. So for example, if you're in a 5-bedroom home and there is maybe just 2 of you, if you have a partner still with you, maybe even 1 child left, but there may be 2 or 3 bedrooms that are absolutely not used. Another area may be a second living room, which was very desirable when you first would have moved in or built the home so the children could have a breakout area. But now you probably just congregate in the one room. So maybe a formal living room. Guests may come into that and it may be where you utilize the living space, but possibly don't need that second living room at all. Another one is that you may have difficulty going up and down the stairs. So this couple, that's actually a single gentleman that I worked for, and we managed his project. He had not gone upstairs for a long, long time, so was just using one of, I think it was a formal living room originally, was using that as a bedroom downstairs, and had the kitchen, somewhere to sit, dining, bedroom, front door, access out to the back, laundry, etc., etc. And there was no need for them to go upstairs at all, and subsequently just him to go upstairs at all. So yes, certainly the cleaners went up there every couple of weeks, but there was no purpose for it, and the family didn't need to go up there. So if you think about that, that's quite a significant footprint, and that's a large space that you're paying to clean, heat. You've got furniture up there that you don't need, and there's enough room downstairs. So even when people would come over, when they did, there was enough room downstairs. Another one here is that we have is you may be finding it hard to maintain your property. So goodness me, these family homes are a lot of work, even for much younger people. There's plenty of gardening, there's often pool maintenance, there's pressure cleaning, there's spiderweb removal, there's just keeping the whole thing up to date and well maintained can be quite a significant job. The complaints that I hear a lot from our clients are things like pulling the green bin down the front and spending all weekend filling it up, and actually being able to move around the property to maintain as far as electrical, cleaning, window cleaning, touch-up painting, all of those sorts of things, but especially mainly pools and gardens. They're quite a significant drain. It is starting to become an actual difficult job. Time consuming, hard on the body, hard on the knees, and also quite expensive. So if you've got a pool that you're pouring chemicals into all the time and not necessarily using, it's another issue. So these are three typical signs that right sizing might be on the cards for you. It may also be that people, family and friends, are not necessarily coming over as much, so you don't need the space for them. It's usually easier for you to visit them because they have young children, etc. And there's more things to keep the young children occupied at your, what could be your children's homes. Another thing may be that the family may prefer you to come to them because they have young children and it's easier rather than picking up everything and entertainment, etc., and bringing it with them. That's definitely another item that I hear about a fair bit. So what are the roadblocks? I love this slide here. The roadblocks are very common, especially in our public speaking that we do. Could it be that you have an overwhelming decluttering job ahead of you and you just don't want to start it? You don't know how to maximize the profit from your property sale. So it could be that you know that your property may need work, but you don't know where to start or how to do it or who to trust to do it, in fact. But the job is so overwhelming that people often prefer to do nothing at all. It could be too that you're actually becoming quite isolated and not used to getting out of the home and ending up spending more time in there. So it's quite hard to actually get these things organised when you are living alone and you have to organise these people to come in and do things. It could be that you may even not know where to go. And because of that roadblock, we have a very exciting guest coming up soon. So do find the webinar and tune in for the webinar or podcast regarding how do I find where I want to live. And that's with Rich Harvey. Rich Harvey is a buyer's agent and can help uncover those properties when you don't know where to go or how to get hold of them, especially if you haven't done a real estate transaction in what could be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years. It's quite a significant challenge to get through, but there are people there that can help you. So don't feel alone if you are living alone, or don't feel alone if it's just you and another and you've got some tasks that you've got to get through. We can certainly share that problem with you and help you through it. How do you reduce and move those roadblocks? Well, right sizing is the answer. And I alluded just before to slide number 2 there, to get some help. If you want some help, reach out, because there are people that can help you in this. And in fact, that's why we have a business, because the entire reasoning behind writing the book was about that, to empower people and get you back on your right-sizing journey and in control of that right-sizing journey. So these benefits at the moment may feel untouchable, but certainly getting there is a huge reward. So reducing, moving and eliminating them is finding out facts, is about doing some research and coming up with the profit and maximizing that profit at the other side so you can have the freedom to live the right size life. And it's crystallizing the vision of what that right size life is, which will help motivate you. Are you an empty nester looking to downsize from the family home? Are you finding your home no longer serves the purpose you bought it for? Do you need to declutter and don't know where to begin? Like many thousands of seniors, you are not alone. Transitioning from the family home can feel incredibly overwhelming and stir up mixed emotions from the past. I have written a comprehensive and insightful guide on how to go about finding a more appropriate size home and how to get there. My book, Rightsize Your Home, The Empty Nester's Guide to a Stress-Free Downsize, leaves no stone unturned. You will find all aspects of downsizing covered by me and expert contributors in a quest to answer all of your questions and help you overcome the fear and challenges that so often present. You can order the book at rightsizeyourhome.com.au and get in control of that right-sizing journey. So ladies and gents, what is on your bucket list? definitely spending more time by yourself and the things you enjoy doing rather than worrying about the maintenance tasks around the home. If you love swimming, get some more swimming done. If you want to take a holiday, take a holiday. If you want to spend more time with your pets and animals and walking, absolutely. What about spending some more time with the grandchildren or friends, playing bridge, or even getting away? That's a super caravan there on that picture. Getting away and spending some time, quality time on the road. There are so many things that relate to time, mainly time, and being also in the environment with people that you want to be with. And I find the biggest part of feedback about bucket lists is all about actually spending time with people and doing things that you want to do rather than worrying about keeping the family home and the maintenance. Also, a big part of feedback that comes from Rightsize is the social networks improve. I've often needed to speak to clients when we're all done and checking in on them, and they're at the hairdresser or they're seeing friends or they're doing something. Again, they're spending time doing the things they love and seeing people that they want to be with. It's definitely less stressful, definitely hold better esteem with less isolation, and that gift of time, more time. So topic 5 is about top tips. I feel that the biggest top tip for me is about identifying what that roadblock is that's stopping you from getting on with the right size and being in control of it, and then actually finding a solution for it. So we talked right at the start about identifying what is it. Is it that you have some physical challenges? Is your family trying to stop you from right sizing? Is it that you don't think that you can find anywhere to go? It could be anything like that. There's a whole number and list of a whole number of reasons and roadblocks on the list that may apply to you. So my top tip for this one is about finding the solution and researching and talking to people like me who can find out and help find the solution with you and get some professionals to help in that particular area. The other one is about the signs. So looking out for the signs. So there may be roadblocks, but you may not have identified them, but you certainly may have signs. So it might be a room's not gone into, or it might be that you're finding it hard to get up and down the stairs. It might be that the gardening may not worry you now, but you know it's not far off when it really is. It's hard on the knees and hard on the body. My top tip number 3 is get into the right size. You'll live longer, you'll have more fun, you'll spend more time doing the things you love and spending more time with people that you love. That's the feedback that we always get. Well, I've loved talking about this. Bucket lists, roadblocks, how to move them. It's the thing that I do. It's the thing that I love. I would really like you to tune in again to our next webinar. We've got virtual open homes. It's an interesting discussion. It's about helping people who don't particularly want to show their home, but you can do that in so many different ways using technology. So if it's a fear of yours and you can't and don't want to do an open home, and we've certainly grown through this whole COVID experience where we had to quickly change the way open homes were done. So that's coming up. Also, if you're not sure where to go, of course, tune in for Rich Harvey, who's going to talk about finding those places for you. All right, a couple of learning opportunities for you to upgrade and find out more about what we have to offer. You can, of course, buy the ebook, which is $9.99. The Rightsize Your Home, the Empty Nester's Guide to a Stress-Free Downsize. It's a much deeper dive of this getting your right size right. And I'm sure you will enjoy reading about that. Also, our online courses, I recommend that you start with the first course. It's $49. Rightsize Your Home, course number 1, Shifting Your Mindset. So head to rightsizyourhome.com.au and follow the training courses and select the one that you're after there. And I hope you love it as much as I did writing it. So upcoming workshops, looking forward to seeing you there. How do I sell my home with no open for inspections is next. And also I want to right size, how do I find it? And just to close, I want to say thank you And I hope you enjoy these words. Once you believe in yourself, understand you're doing the right thing, the project becomes purely a logistical process. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Belinda Woolrich makes no representation and gives no warranty as to the accuracy of the information, and does not accept any responsibility for any errors or inaccuracies in or omissions from the information contained herein, whether negligent or otherwise, and shall not be liable for any loss or damage howsoever arising as a result of any person acting or refraining from acting in reliance on any information contained herein. No listener or workshop attendee shall rely solely on the information contained in this, as it does not purport to be comprehensive to render specific advice. This disclaimer does not purport to exclude any warranties implied by law which may not be lawfully excluded. This workshop, which includes any resources supplied, is only for the use of the intended recipients and is confidential and/or privileged. Belinda Woolrich shall not be liable for any errors, omissions, viruses, loss and/or damage arising from using, opening or transmitting this workshop.